What was that? Where's that voice?
This is the story of a young girl. A girl who had strange and disturbing dreams.
I know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him. He's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going. This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
Kan Vector Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
The statuette! Here it is. Finally. I have to get it. I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick. Before I forget. Where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
I've always been a good student, but during my amnesia period... I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean in Miskatonic, and I've never received... Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
Yes?
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
That's right. Who am I talking to?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions, right?
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Professor
Meet me today at 6 p.m. at 5 Prospect Road, outside of Boston.
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham. I thought
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, of course. I'll be there. 6 p.m., Prospect Road. See you in a couple of hours, Professor. All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information here about my strange dreams and my amnesia. I'd better go through it again before When I saw this picture, I couldn't believe...
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
All right, I think I've gathered what I need.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Yes.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward.
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I know well enough that discussing the effectiveness of Earth, but you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment.
Then ask whatever you deem necessary, and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically live secluded in this very home.
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties.
And are you happy with that?
What kind of question is that?
Well, I'm asking it because...
I am not. Next question. You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead. She died at home after a long disease.
Harry.
I see. And how did...
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began visions, some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall. You mentioned those visions began shortly after. So, tell me, do you still...
No. Not since I...
Excellent! That means the medication is working. Listen, there is...
Don't even think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmer...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment, is it?
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way.
Then go ahead.
There's no need for pocket watches. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. Something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory? In this place?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in the same manor where he had spent an extremely unhappy childhood.
Maybe.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Interesting. Tell me more about it, Professor Everhart.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt. She loved it.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. We're almost there. Let me open the door and... Now, open your eyes.
Look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll have to earn it.
Can I use my journal to write down clues?
Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
You're so kind.
Wait. There's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
You like this tune, Harry? It just came to me.
Yes, it's lovely, though a bit sad.
What are you up to now? Oh boy, what a drop.
I'm seeing those oily shadows in here. Why am I seeing those shadows?
Focus, Professor. Keep remembering.
I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
I can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
No. Wait. What do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again, Professor Everhart.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor? Is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Hey, that window is open. Professor Everhart, it's me, Evangeline. Wow, look at the size of this library. It's almost as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library, but young people can be terribly impressionable at times.
Good thing the skull is fake.
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So, allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes. For the sake of clarity, of course.
Was this young man Professor Everhart? It does look like him. There's something written in Latin on his frame. Non possumus. This must be the professor's office. Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian, German, Latin. Looks like one is missing. The key. Voila! Ripped canvas. The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor. Wow, this room is really depressing. Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on. Ah, much better. Looks like a memorial. Driver's license. Someone has ripped the canvas. There's a Latin inscription in its frame. Providere debemus. Torn canvas. The frame reads, Sed Futura. There are a lot of pictures of... Goodness gracious. Someone hired some goons. Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this place? A switchblade. It has the name... Looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. This vase-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated. What kind of madhouse does the professor live in? Looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. Is that a fish? It's raining cats and dogs here. kind of a door is this? Doesn't even have a lock. Just some symbols. This is so beautiful. Such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
Oh dear. A dead child. In loving memory of our firstborn son, John Everhart Jr. Father, husband, and servant of the people. Found her path in the shadow of mourning? Maybe this guy was in the... That's from the Bible. Psalm 1, verse 1. This person...
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had...
Now it's open. It appears to be a Spanish edition of the science fiction novel The Future... These are so pretty. May you rest in peace, Mrs. Everhart.
That beautiful gesture of Evie's toward a deceased woman she had never known said a great deal about her character.
Such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages, least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Looks like a music box of some sort. It doesn't make any sound. Maybe it's broken. Definitely like a mystery novel. Ooh. Professor! 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 What happened? He's knocked out cold. The statuette's broken. And the sphere. Shattered to pieces. I wonder if I...
No! Don't touch it! Don't touch it.
Introductions between strangers are always a bit awkward. But in Evie and Harry's case, things were even more uncomfortable, due to the unusual circumstances under which they had met.
How are you feeling, Professor?
Considering I was assaulted, knocked unconscious...
Evie didn't know where to start.
We haven't been properly...
I know who you are, Miss Drayton.
Evie was taken aback. He knew?
I suppose you have some questions for...
What is... or what...
You haven't touched any of the pieces of it?
No.
Good.
Harry thought of telling her the orb contained the blood of an elder god but he chose not to frighten Evie.
A very dangerous substance.
Dangerous?
Worse than that.
I read in a Herald article that the statuette was found in an excavation...
Yes. In the caves near the Rappahannock.
It was led by a professor from Miskatonic, right?
Nathaniel Wingate Peasley.
Yes.
No. He passed...
Statuette is in pieces.
I destroyed it.
You destroyed it?
Yes. It was better than letting...
Evie felt frustrated. After all the effort it had taken, and on that very day...
Who's responsible?
For the robbery? Dr. Frog in the...
Who?
My psychiatrist. What?
I thought the statuette was in the Miskatonic archive.
Yes, well, I brought it here for a research project.
Harry couldn't come up with a better excuse than that. Because I've hidden it in my own house.
But there has to be more, right?
I really doubt it.
Are you sure? Because I'm convinced of it, Professor. I've seen them.
What are you talking about?
My dreams. I mentioned them in my letters. You remember? So, I've long dreamed of a place. It's an ancient stone, and there are more statuettes like that one.
Miss Drayton, you better forget about...
So, if Peasley found that statuette in Virginia, maybe there could be more there.
Listen.
Maybe in those caves I could find more...
Enough of that! How could you be such a fool? Haven't you listened to a single word I've said? Don't you ever think of going near that cave in Virginia?
Professor, you can't be serious. I need answers.
Of course I'm serious! I forbid it!
Would you stop yelling at me? Look, I don't know who you think you're talking to, and what have I done to you to be so mad at me anyway? Because as far as I know, it's you can talk to me till you're blue in the face, but you're not.
It had been years since anyone raised their voice at Harry, and for the first time in a long time.
That fireplace can be opened from the inside, Miss Drayton.
Oh, well...
But even so, I owe you an apology.
All right. Apology accepted.
You're completely determined to go to those caves, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
You're right. I can't stop you from going to Virginia. But how do you plan to get there from...
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's a regular bus service, is there?
No, there is not. So I'll take care of all the expenses. Don't worry. All I ask in return is that we'll look for whatever it is you want to find there.
Yes, yes. And don't worry. I promise I won't get in any trouble.
Harry couldn't help but doubt that Evie would keep her promise. But even so, he immediately liked that sharp-tongued and stubborn girl. Which made sense. Harry had been...
Here we are, the Rappahannock River Caves.
But this place is closed off.
It is indeed. Apparently one of the excavation members died in there. An archaeologist named John Teague. That's why the government shut down the dig shortly after the statuette was found.
Wait, so what we're doing here is illegal?
If I told you that we were trespassing, would that stop you from going in, Miss Drayton?
Nah, not really.
Then go ahead, please. Here, take one. We'll use these to stay in touch. Apparently, the cave branches off into countless tunnels, forming a maze where it's easy to get lost. So watch your step, because the... Evangeline! Miss Drayton! Miss Drayton, can you hear me? Are you alright?
Yeah, I think so. I'm safe. I'm on the path.
Follow the excavation trail. It'll lead you to the underground lake.
A lake? In here?
Yes. The water from the Rappahannock seeps through limestone, so there's a complex hydrological system inside the cave. Peasley mentioned they had come across the statuette somewhere around that lake. It was one of the few things he still recalled from the dig.
Wait, he didn't remember the dig?
In his own words, he suffered a period of absence. Amnesia of some sort. He didn't even recall planning the excavation.
Professor, you won't believe this, but I had amnesia too. I don't remember anything from September to November of last year. When I came to, I was surrounded by books and articles about a place in Norway called Spitsbergen.
Spitsbergen? Isn't that near the Arctic Circle?
Professor? Professor! Do you hear me? What is this place?
Miss Drayton, over here. I'm here. I'm glad to see you. I thought you'd gotten lost. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you. You weren't lying about those tunnels. Have you found anything, Professor?
This mural. Come take a look at it. Notice how, even though the stone seems to have been carved millennia ago, the lines repeat with... What do you think?
All of that was Greek to Evie. Her world was equations and labyrinths.
You're the expert. I do remember some similar structures in my dreams.
Really? That's good.
Gee.
Well, it's an occupational hazard, I suppose.
Despite his best efforts.
But I'm mostly doing this to help you.
Do you think we might find more statuettes like Peasley's down here?
Miss Drayton, you were the one convinced you'd find more...
Yes, you're right. Is there anything I can do to help?
Take a look around the site. If you...
I will, Professor. I'll take a...
Fine.
What do you think this means, Professor?
Warnings? Directions? Timelines? For now, it's hard to tell.
Gentlemen, I'll be recording the meeting. So, September 4th, 1948. Present, members of the team, Nathaniel Peasley, John T.
Skip the introduction and get to the point, damn it. We've been down in these caves for months and barely made any progress.
Look, if you're so worried about progress, maybe next time you want on...
Here's another mural. Looks like instructions of some kind. Just a series of steps to follow.
Instructions, you say? Well, this is all quite fascinating.
I found some diving equipment. What if Peasley didn't find that statuette near the lake?
You're not thinking what I believe you're thinking, Miss...
That depends.
Getting into that diving...
No, I just... There's another one of those murals, and it looks better preserved than the one you're examining.
Excellent. When I'm finished with this one, I'll come take a look.
This empty cylinder will do. This empty cylinder will... Ah, darn it. This machine doesn't seem to be working. Oh, darn it. This machine doesn't seem to be working. The wiring in this place doesn't look too tricky. I think I could get it running again.
They're teaching physics majors to repair junk now?
Hardly. My Uncle Mo showed me the ropes. Now it's working. Must be full of air now. You won't believe it, but I managed to get the whole diving system working. The suit is ready to...
What? Didn't I tell you to leave that damn suit alone?
But Professor,
You promised you wouldn't get into any trouble. That's why I brought you here, remember?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Of course I'm right. What am I thinking? Forget about going down into that lake, you hear me?
Okay, Professor. Sorry about that.
Evie knew perfectly well that going down into the depths of the lake was not only dangerous, so she asked herself if she... And the answer, of course, was...
Professor, can you hear me?
What? Are you out of your mind?
I have to go, Professor. Wow.
Evangeline? Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here, Professor.
How could you go down there on your own? That was utterly reckless. Don't you realize the danger you're in? Come back up right now.
Please calm down. It's all right. I just want to take a look down here.
Evie felt she was so close to finding answers. And she was already down there. What harm could it do if she just took a look at that refinery?
This is madness. I should have been the one to go down.
Professor, how could you possibly go down here at your age?
What do you mean at my age? I'm only 67.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like 80?
Harry found himself thinking he might have let himself go too much. 80 years old? Really?
Oh, must be the beard. Tell me what you see, please.
It's hard to put into words. I never imagined an underwater cave could hold so much beauty.
What's happening?
This place is full of black liquid waterfalls?
Miss Drayton, please. Turn back at once and return by...
Oh no. No! I'm trapped! There's a column of black ooze behind me. Oh god. What do I do?
Keep calm, Evangeline. We'll find a way out, all right? And most important, don't go near the black ooze under any circumstances. Now move forward and tell me what you see.
I see a ladder. Someone from the excavation must have made it this far.
Climb it. The farther you are from the black ooze, the better.
I'm out of the water. I think I'm in the refinery Peasley talked about. Professor, There's another mural here. Looks like a creature carrying the statuette and breaking the black ooze flow.
So that statuette repels the ooze?
I don't know if I can actually do anything here. The whole chamber looks dead. I can see one of those murals in here, but this one is massive. Wait a minute. I know this. I've seen this hundreds of times.
In your dreams?
No, at the university. This is... And you won't believe this, but everything in here...
Black ooze.
How...
I just know.
It looks like the black ooze can be channeled from where I am now. There's some kind of valve-driven collector set. Those piano keys I saw in one of those towers is loaded with statuettes.
I told you so, Professor, Evie thought of saying.
Wait, what?
What is it, Miss Brent?
It lit up! Everything in here just lit up all of a sudden. I'll try to redirect the black ooze upward.
Fine, but please be careful.
Don't worry. This isn't so different from the fluids lab back at Miskatonic. Alright, I think I've got it. I've redirected the black ooze upwards, so...
Yes. Something's happening up here. Let me take a look.
What is that?
Harry's fascination was growing. Here he had living proof of an ancient civilization with technology beyond anything he had ever seen.
Stone towers. Rotated the tower
No. Not now, damn it!
But the oily shadows, Harry, though the reality of those shadows was of...
Evangeline, there's another mural in here.
Do you think you can interpret it, Professor? What does it portray?
Apparently they used fire to do... something.
That makes sense. This is some sort of refinery, after all.
Towers have risen even higher. I believe I see an entrance ahead. The notes in reverse order, they trigger the opposite effect. This is empty. Something could fit inside. What does this mean? Filling? Oh my.
What is it, Professor?
You were right. This stone tower is filled with statues.
For many years, Harry had been haunted by that statuette. Still, he felt reassured to find that none of these held a sphere of black ooze.
The statuette fits perfectly. What does this mean? Filling? With black ooze. Feels as though the cave's temperature just dropped a few degrees.
Only Harry knew why he decided to go through the process in reverse, but one thing was certain. That wouldn't help Evie at all.
Purple hue. Yes, it should be complete now.
Harry glanced uneasily at the freshly made black orb. He didn't like it one bit.
All right. I think I've followed all the steps. Now I just need to send it to Evangeline. I hope she knows what to do with it.
Evie finally held the statuette in her hands, and at once she felt disappointed. Yes, the statuettes were containers of energy, but did that explain her dreams? Her visions? She had to learn more about that lost civilization.
I've got the statuette, Professor. Now it looks right.
Excellent. Now you should be able to cross safely. Come on, get out of there, quickly!
Professor? I'm losing you.
Celine!
Professor! Professor! I can't hear you!
Evie felt a chill sweep through her body.
Don't worry, gentlemen. Everything's gonna be fine.
Impossible though it was, she had just heard her dead father's voice, unmistakably.
It works! It works! The path is open!
Evangeline? I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Glad you're back, Professor.
I'll be waiting for you here. Once you're out, we'll return to... What the...
Professor?
Evangeline, listen to me. There's someone else here.
What do you mean, someone else?
Stay down there until I tell you to...
Professor? Professor!
Evie lingered in the dark waters of the cave, waiting for the professor's signal. A signal that never came. Even so, prudent as she was in waiting, her air supply wouldn't last forever. So when all the noise above finally ceased, she decided to come up.
Professor! Professor, I finally have it! I have the statue...
Well, this is interesting. You're going to have to come with us, Miss Drayton.
Wake her up. Welcome back, Evangeline.
Finally, this is also the story of an obsessive, manipulative, and ambitious man. This is the story of Caleb Bowen.
Wait...
I'll be the one asking the questions here, girl. My name is Caleb Bowen.
Bowen often made that claim, though it was at best a...
Do you realize that you trespassed on a site closed? You may not know this, but Everhard...
Bowen kept lying. He knew Harry could be
You better have proof...
You are in no position to demand anything, girl. But even so, I'll show you who Professor Everhard really is. Your father's name was Franklin Drayton. He and his brother Moses ran a workshop in Benoit, Mississippi called Drayton Motors. He died in a work accident in San Francisco in 1934. Is that correct?
You've been... investigating me? What kind of...
Shut up and listen to what I have to say. Do you recognize anyone besides your father in this photograph?
Wait, is that Professor Everhart?
Oh, correct. Everhart led an expedition to the Pacific in 1934. Your father was part of that expedition.
That was the only truth Bowen told during his conversation with Evangeline.
Your father didn't die in San Francisco, Miss Drayton. He died. I bet he never told you that, did he? In fact, every member of the Everhard expedition, even the professor's wife, whose strange illness was the impetus for the expedition, died under equally...
I didn't die
No, that can't be.
Oh, not at all. If there is one thing...
Evie was in shock and full of doubt. The professor was a withdrawn and sullen individual. Despite her doubts, she kept silent. And
now you know the kind of person you've gotten involved. I have a few questions for you. For your own good, I suggest you cooperate. That platform beneath the lake in the Rappahannock...
You want me to explain how to...
Go on.
You just have to stop... stop being a dim-witted weasel.
Don't test my patience, little girl.
Don't listen to her, Pharaoh. You must have recognized the girl's cognitive pattern, I'm sure of it. She even mentioned a period of amnesia. Just like Peasley.
I hope you're right.
Evangeline had not the slightest idea what those two men were talking about.
Next question. You said a word while you were asleep. Nakotis. Do you know what that means?
It means pompous government jerk with a ridiculous pencil mustache.
You watch your mouth, girl. I'm warning you. Final question. Have you heard of someone named Dr. West?
Yes, he's a famous proctologist.
You think you're funny, you damn brat? Want me to teach you some manners, huh?
Besides being obsessive, manipulative, and ambitious, Caleb Bowen was also racist.
I'll teach you some manners, you damn brat!
This is a waste of time, Pharaoh. It's obvious the girl is hiding something, but there are more effective and less...
You're right.
You expect me to buy...
You'll recall I mentioned that Evie was feisty and stubborn as a mule, and whatever they had injected her with wasn't doing...
I like to laugh too, Miss Drayton. Please take a look at this. Do you understand this language?
Even though it was written in those puzzling characters, Evie understood the book's Narcotic manuscripts, non-linear displacements toward the Great Library.
Tell me, Miss Drayton.
Narcotic manuscripts.
Evie surprised herself. Had she spoken against her will? She couldn't help but translate the...
That's better, Miss Drayton. Now, open the book. Focus and listen to my voice. Listen to my voice while you read the book to us. Read the book to us.
Salvek, Kornathun, Nakotas.
What just happened? Am I in my dorm?
Oh no, Evie was not in her dorm room. Not at all.
Hey! Over here! Evangeline! Hey, how are things, kid?
Papa! Papa! But it can't be! You're alive?
Oh, of course I am, darling. But you have to find a way.
That was not her father, of course.
You must reach Nakotas.
Have I crossed another one of those portals? Good Lord. None of this makes any sense. This is weird. Really weird.
Salve cornathun nakotas.
Motors? Dad and Uncle Mo's motor shop in Benoit? This key just appeared. Out of the blue. This key just appeared.
Moses, we're running out of money. If we don't get some cash soon, we'll have to shut the shop down. Yeah, well, that's easy for you to say.
You're a whiz, mister. Would you...
Papa, don't do it! Don't go to San Francisco, please! Hey, what just happened?
It'll only be a few days, Jitterbug. I'll be back before you can say Jack Robinson.
Drayden is dead, but it doesn't matter. His death brings me closer to an answer. I'll do it.
Wait, no.
Evie realized Bowen's love.
Frank, how do you feel?
Not good. But that doesn't matter anymore, Mr. Here. Get off this cursed island. You'll find nothing here but death. Go back home. Spend what time you've got left with your wife. And there's another thing I want to ask of you.
Where am I now? Who are you?
Salve cornathun nakotas.
The great engineer?
Salve We finally found the coordinates. At last we know where Nakotis lies. Thanks for your cooperation, Miss Drayton.
About an hour after Evangeline had her otherworldly vision,
Finally, I'm inside.
Harry snuck into the same building where she was being kept captive. He had been there many years ago, when he was seeking funding.
I'm not leaving here without Evangeline. Miss Drayton? Are you there? What on earth?
Harry had always suspected that the starry wisdom was something far more sinister than a simple astronomical society. And as soon as he...
Egyptian hieroglyphs? Apparently, the only way to get in... Egyptian hieroglyphs? These people are out of their minds, no doubt about it. And they clearly... There's a pyramid in the center of this chamber. I wonder if... Certain sections of this pyramid seem to move.
For a moment, Harry wondered whether it was a good idea to mess with the mechanism, but he quickly dismissed the thought. Even if it meant alerting someone, he had to find Evangeline and get out of there. Doors to the upper rooms are open. This looks like an astronomer's office. This book seems to recount traditions of ancient... Heaven's sake, these kooks really are obsessed with it. So these freaks have masks, code names, and hieroglyphs assigned to each. An archaeologist's office for sure. There's something written in German in these pages. Although Harry's German was a bit rusty, he...
This must be the group's official photographer.
The letter laid bare the bad blood between some of the cult members.
This office looks expensive. What nonsense are they talking about now? The robbery at my house could have gone way... You have to be some kind of narcissist to snap a pic of yourself. October 29th. Just an office. He sounds glad to be rid of him. This metronome still makes my skin crawl.
Pharaoh already announced the ritual positions. I'll have to be next to Orion nearly all year.
Harry immediately recognized the voice of Dr. Frog in the Throat.
I've always despised spoiled rich kids, and Orion's no exception. I'll have to pretend I tolerate.
$1955. A roll of film. I wonder what's on it. This looks like a biologist's office. Looks like even kooky cultists have a love life. They rotated the positions. What is that? Hanging your college diploma on the wall while you're in some sort of weird cult doesn't strike me as the smartest idea. Trays with various chemical substances. They even have the molecular structures written on the bottles. Good. I've developed the photo. A bin full of discarded prints. That elevator. It must be the access to Bowen's office. Evangeline has to be there. I'm sure of it.
As he rode the elevator up, Harry regretted not bringing a weapon. What if Bowen was still up there?
All right. Let's see what you're hiding here, you scoundrel. That doesn't sound good at all. How is Bowen this paranoid? A secret area in the secret back room of his secret office. Josephine Kerwin. She who transcends beyond death. It can't be. That's Enoch Bowen and the shining trapezahedron. What is that? Some kind of odd crystal.
Harry sensed that the trapezahedron, and although he felt the urge to touch it, Evangeline had to be on the other side of that. Was there anything?
Please be all right, Evangeline. Let's go, Miss Drayton. We have to get out of here.
Look, it's the engineer. I've seen one of those creatures before. In my dreams. In the stone city, in the jungle. He spoke to me in my dreams, Professor. I have
Forget about it, Miss Drayton. We'd have to call the police.
Calling the police won't do any good, Professor. We have to go to Spitsbergen. I need to talk with him, with the great engineer.
Miss Drayton, don't you realize this doesn't make any sense? We can't chase Bowen and his...
No, you don't understand. Bowen isn't in Spitsbergen. He's on his way to the city, on his way to Nakotis.
Harry couldn't believe what he had just heard. Evangeline had mentioned a place he had known in dreams, long ago. So long ago, he had nearly forgotten it.
I had a strange dream today. I was inside a vast library and gazed at vistas of another world.
All these questions came crashing down on Harry. And suddenly, he wasn't so convinced anymore. Before boarding the plane to Norway, Evie and Harry talked about the trip. About where they'd be stopping over. About what they'd do once they got to Spitsbergen. They talked about bringing plenty of warm clothing and gear and supplies to make it through. They talked about getting their documents and passports in order. They even talked about the strange city they had both dreamt of. But Evie knew there was something they hadn't talked about. A question she didn't know how to ask the professor, because every time she'd tried, the right words never came out. But a long flight leaves plenty of time to think.
Professor?
Yes?
When I was being held by that man, Bowen, a picture of you and Did you know my father, Professor?
And then it was Harry who didn't, because even though he'd been waiting years for that, Evie took Harry's silence.
How come?
Well...
What do you mean?
Evie was furious. That petty...
Look,
You wanted what?
All right, all right.
Good. We've got plenty of...
My wife, Nora, was diagnosed with an incurable disease. The same hereditary illness of unknown origin that had struck her mother before her. The doctors had no answer. So I decided to find it myself. I never imagined the answer would take me so far away. To a remote island in the Pacific. Back then, I didn't have the financial independence I have now. So I had to raise money and put a team together. Do you remember the night before your father left for work in San Francisco? You were probably 5 or 6 years old?
Oh, God. Yes, I remember. I remember a beautiful, dark-haired woman, a nervous, scrawny guy, and a man who seemed really happy about something.
I'll never forget those words. You're a whiz, mister. Would you be interested, by any chance, in an exciting job opportunity in the Pacific? That's right. Frank agreed to come with us to the island. It pained him to leave you and your mother back in Mississippi, but he needed the money and I was paying very well. But that island wasn't what we expected. There was something there that... Let's just say there are forces in this world that mankind ought not to meddle with, Miss Drayton. Things like the black ooze, and on that island, it was everywhere. I told you, it's the most dangerous substance I've ever come across. We found that out when one of the expedition members came into contact with it. It was him, driven mad, who attacked your father. Just a shallow cut with an ancient dagger, but enough to infect him with that black liquid. That is what took Frank's life. I did what I could to look after him, but that infection, it was beyond anything I could handle. His final words still haunt me. Harry, please look after my wife and my little girl. And that's what I've been trying to do all these years.
Evie was speechless.
Take care of me? I just met you a week ago. And the only help we ever got was from the insurance checks.
There was no insurance, Evangeline.
What?
Harry decided that since he'd started...
I am the Hydrangea Foundation. Hydrangeas were just Nora's favorite flower.
And then she understood the strange and painful...
I wasn't the one who drove that dagger into your father.
Harry had spent a long time avoiding the truth of what had happened, nearly...
So yes, your father died because of me. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I won't be so foolish as to ask for your forgiveness. I know I have no right to it. I understand how you must feel now.
Maybe you have no right to ask for it.
You forgive me?
Well, first of all, and second, because we all make mistakes, Professor. You've made plenty of them. Grave mistakes that came at a high price. But it's not up to me to judge you. Maybe you should forgive yourself, Professor. You've been torturing yourself for 23 years.
Harry was puzzled. He hadn't expected this. Didn't he deserve punishment for what he'd done? Evie's decision had made him doubt. Perhaps it was time to move on.
I don't know.
I'm sure I am. Believe me.
Despite having talked about it, Evangeline and Harry were not prepared for the freezing cold they would face on that remote Norwegian island. Although weather would be the least of their problems in that place.
This is unbearable. Professor, are you sure you're all right? You should have brought a couple more layers.
Don't worry, Miss Drayton. I'll be fine.
Harry hadn't always been like that. He used to like heat. But 3 months stranded on a Pacific island had changed his preferences.
What we saw in Bowen's office? The Black Pharaoh, Azathoth, and all that? What do you think it means?
Just the ramblings of a madman, I'm sure of it. I'm actually more worried about the other things. Spitsbergen, the statue, your memory loss, and your dreams about that creature. Too much of a coincidence, isn't it? This sign. It's written in Norwegian. I guess we're close.
Do you really believe it's possible to switch minds?
Honestly, Miss Drayton, I have no clue what we're dealing with. But whatever it is, we'd better stop Bowen as soon as possible.
Here it is, the radio station.
The storm is getting stronger.
We'd better stay close to each other, Professor.
There are way too many beds for a simple radio station.
That would back up what Bowen said. That this place was just a cover-up.
A book titled The Unspeakable Cult doesn't sound like a very pleasant read. It's no use. This switch is completely wrecked.
I can see some banners on the building. They look like... Oh,
Nazis. I hate these guys.
just as I thought. No power in here.
Is there anything we can do without power?
I doubt it.
I'll have to take a look at it later. Right now, I need to get the power running in this station. If there's a key, there must be a generator here somewhere. Hey, what the...
The current must have caused a power surge in that distribution panel up there. Let me take a look. Maybe I can fix it. Okay. Darn it. This fuse box is sealed. You don't happen to have a screwdriver on you, do you? Perfect. This'll do. An old fuse box. And it looks like it's still...
What's the problem?
Well, the whole base runs on an interlock circuit.
What does that mean? I know nothing of technical stuff and you know it.
It means that for the power to reach the antenna, you'll have to manually turn on each switch in order.
You mean I have to look for switches all over the base?
That's right. I'll route the power from this fuse box, and then you turn it on.
Fine. Stay put. I'll get back to you.
Up to you now, Professor.
This looks like the station's garage. I wonder. Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay.
Please, by all means.
You're in charge now.
The mess hall. Or what's left of it. Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Your turn, Professor.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
You're in charge now.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay.
Evangeline, I see her.
Harry hesitated to say the words because of how absurd they might sound.
Space ship of some sort?
A spaceship? You mean like a flying saucer? Up to you now, Professor.
Yes, we did it!
We're good. Power's on. I'm heading back to the antenna, Professor.
Okay, Evangeline. Huh. Wasn't expecting to see one of these here.
What are you talking about?
It's an Enigma machine. A message encryption device the Nazis used to encode top-secret messages.
But how could you possibly know that?
I worked in intelligence during World War II. Obviously, I was too old to be sent to the front lines. And I can't see a thing without my glasses. But the OSS thought someone like me could be useful cracking codes. So they sent me to Fort Meade, Maryland, to the Signal Security Agency building. I hate working with this schmuck.
Caleb Bowen had the right connections, which is how he landed a job at the SSA. For Harry, this meant torture, plain and simple.
Looks like someone in Fort Meade really dislikes superhero comics. What a shame. This looks pretty good. Hendricks requested a transfer to Europe last week. He's a man of action, no doubt about it. This is the message that needs to be deciphered. The set of Enigma decoding instructions. I really doubt. We worked hand in hand with the Brits. They'd already managed to crack Enigma, so we hoped their work could help us break JN-25, the Japanese naval encryption system. Excellent. I think I solved it. Maybe we can use their deconstruction process and adapt it to crack the Japanese. Of course, it was hard leaving Nora alone at home. But she insisted. She knew I could help our country fight the Axis. So my only condition for working at Fort Meade was that my wife could contact me whenever she needed. Yes?
Hello, my dear old pal.
Nora, it's so good to hear your voice.
How are things going over there, my love?
Well, you know they won't let me tell you anything about what I do here, but we're making progress. Mostly thanks to the British.
Blimey, who'd have thought the bloomin' Brits saving our hides?
Yes, they are, Nora. how are you feeling today? Have you had any fever this morning, or...
I'm fine, Harry. I'm more worried about you, actually. How are they treating you in Maryland? Are you eating well?
Yes, I can't complain, but... I feel like I'm wasting our time.
Listen to me, Harry. We both know there will come a day when I won't be by your side anymore. Besides, you're not going to live forever either, old pal.
Oh, that's what I call a cold comfort.
Why? What?
There has to be some...
Oh? You mean like heaven?
Don't get me wrong, maybe what we call heaven, like, I don't know. The early days, I don't know if this is just a belief or mere hope.
Then, I promise you that
Well, it's... Because if we keep this up, I'm going to burst into tears.
All right, darling. I'll let you get... Crack those codes, Commander Everhart.
I'll try my best. I love you, Nort.
And I love you, Harry.
There's some sort... Februar 1943. An encrypted message. No use. It's encrypted. Januar 19... This encrypted message is rather short. ZNPC. Boy, this radio station gets creep... Operation Weserübung. The not... Looks like a workers' registry from 1940... Three. It's the Dienstausweis of an SSO. What a... The Nazis probably abandoned the base. That's why this message was never received. code. I wonder.
Could that be the code to access the reinforced door, Professor?
German names with numbers assigned. A reinforced door. You still think this is just a radio station?
Alright, I've got to admit, this is weird as hell.
No, the door won't budge. At last, we did it, Evangeline.
So the station was just a cover-up. But I wonder what for.
Whatever it is, we're going to find out. And soon.
Harry tried to keep his composure when he saw the oily shadow. He didn't want to alarm Evie.
Think we'll find that great engineer of yours down here?
I hope so. This trip will have been a total waste of money.
But Evie suspected there was much more at stake than the cost of their trip. Harry held his breath. The black shadows were back again. But then,
What the hell is...
You can see that too?
that...
Offices, control room, Kronos lab. That must be it. We have to go through to the other side. But how will we open these doors?
You said control room, right? I bet we can operate the doors from there.
That makes sense. Okay. To get there, we'll need to go downstairs and through the offices.
But Professor, the way downstairs is flooded.
It references a creature. You...
Well, it seems there's no other choice. Which of
I'll
us...
go this time. And I'm not going to allow any argument of...
Because you want to...
Go ahead. Lower me down.
All right. Be very careful down there, Professor.
Everything all right down there, Professor?
So far, so good. But it's very dark in here. I think I know why this place is flooded. They must have tried to break into that flying saucer and then release the black ooze.
Do you see any black ooze around?
All around, yes. I'm pretty sure it was the ship's fuel. I've still got 10 minutes of air in this suit. Evangeline, do you hear me?
Yes, Professor.
I've reached the control room. This is where they monitored that... Idiot. Looks like the organizational chart for Project Kronos. And that's... Felix Stahl. That guy's a member of the Starry Wisdom Society. Evangeline, there's a panel here. Maybe it'll open those doors. A light just came on.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
Your turn, Professor.
All right, that's on.
Professor, look. That thing.
It's moving into the next chamber.
It seems to move like a trapped insect.
Please, by all means.
You're in charge now.
Another one.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Up to you now, Professor.
Good. No. Evangeline is on the other side of that door. That black smoke creature could get her.
Please, by all means.
Your turn, Professor. I should go get Harry before continuing forward. I opened this door for you, Professor. You can leave the control panel. I think we're safe. What on earth was that thing?
I don't know. But whatever it was, I don't want it close to us. Let's get out of here, quick. What is this place? It looks like the heart of Project Kronos.
Could be. Do you think we gave that horrid thing the slip?
I really hope so. After seeing what that black smoke can do to humans, I wouldn't want... What the hell? How did that thing get out?
No time for questions now! Run, Professor! Run! Quick, the bunker door!
Help me close it, Evangeline! Damn it! That was close.
Was. I hope this chamber is shut tight.
If not, we better find another exit.
Lord Almighty.
Evie recognized the gigantic creature at once. It was the same one she had seen in her visions.
Look at the size of that creature.
This seat is what the Nazis used to try to communicate with the creature.
All right, there's no time to waste. Try connecting me to that machine, Professor.
Evie knew perfectly well that the professor was about to rattle off a whole list of reasons why they shouldn't go through with it, but she had neither the time nor the patience to listen to them.
And before you say anything, yes, Professor, we have to do it. Because we're trapped in here. And yes, Professor, it does have to be me. Because I'm the one who is I know you're trying to protect me.
Before the argument had even started, Harry had to concede defeat.
You're impossible, do you know that? That seems to power the machine connected to the chair. You can sit down, Evangeline. This apparatus identifies matching brainwave patterns between Evangeline and that creature. Geeignet means suitable, and untauglich means unsuitable.
It must refer to the brainwaves.
Looks like everything is set. So, whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Evie found herself, in the literal blink of an eye, in a completely different place. And it would happen to her more than once that day. As she tried to figure out what was happening, a strange but familiar voice startled.
Evie.
I have been waiting for you for...
Are you?
I am the great engineer of Nicotis. After so much trouble, Evie was finally before the great engineer. It was her one chance to ask every...
I need answers. Close the loop.
Travel to Stop, Bowen. My race will be saved.
Why me? What? But what am I?
You can close the...
I can understand.
Your mind in my body. My mind in your body.
How is... Do you want me to...
You will do it when you close the complex Yithian language.
But...
You remember.
Remember...
Hearing that, Evie didn't have time to ask another question. She found herself once again in that stone city from her dreams, millions of years, except now she knew it wasn't.
My hands. Heavens. Look at my hands.
Those Zethian appendages could hardly be called hands, but that was how Evie perceived them.
I can't believe I couldn't remember this amazing view of the towers of Nicotis.
Find Everhart's notes and follow them.
But where are Everhart's notes? Where can I find them? I always thought my dreams didn't take place here on Earth, but now I understand that this is how Earth used to be, millions of years ago.
Specifically, when the Earth's landmass was fused into one continent, Pangaea.
That's an ammonite. Cephalopods that lived during the Devonian period. 400 million years ago. Look at how tiny that Dimetrodon looks now. These ceilings sure are high.
Evie suddenly remembered the colossal corridors and massive stone slabs of the great library of Nicotis.
I remember this. I went to the Great Library every day. This mural doesn't look like decoration, but I'm not sure what it represents. Wow. This is the professor's handwriting. He really was in Nicotis. What is this thing? I remember it. This is the altar I worked in. Look. This observatory must be used to find the constellations. My goodness! I'd forgotten about Tyrannosaurus rex, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, 68 million years ago. A Dimetrodon from the early Permian, 270 million years ago. Wow. Everything is so beautiful here. I suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago, in the Middle Pleistocene.
Evie remembered the Dark Towers and understood where the Ithians drew their energy from. Somehow, they synthesized the black ooze and used it as fuel, but that meant that down there, confined within multiple levels of chambers and trapdoors never opened, lay the black smoke pillars.
Looks like a Roman imperial... This is the constellation I've been looking for. That seems to be a mammoth. Late Pliocene. Two and a half million years ago. Constellation I saw in my dreams. It must be important if they built this lookout for it. Eight, 9, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I remember now. Great engineer. I know where to find the... And there's no way out of here. There's one of those black smoke polyps. What? The vessel?
Evie's heart skipped a beat.
But the vessel door won't open. How am I supposed to...
Travel to Nakotis. Stop, Bowen. Close the loop.
But...
And with those... She found herself...
Evangeline? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, did you manage to talk with that thing? What did you find out?
We have to use the spaceship to get out of here.
What? How? Did that creature give you a crash course in...
Look around, Professor. Isn't this fascinating?
There doesn't seem to be any power. You sure you can pilot this spaceship?
I'm not sure pilot is the right word, Professor.
I'm not even sure ship is the right word. This looks more like a building than a vehicle. There surely has to be a starter somewhere, right?
Evie recognized a platform very similar to the one in the refinery beneath the Virginia caves, and understood what she had to do.
Look, Professor, it's working. The spaceship is powered up now.
Damn it, where's the steering wheel?
It probably doesn't need one. This It looks like an autopilot. But it doesn't just maintain altitude and course. It moves toward specific coordinates, which they express with numbers. Nope. Darn it. This isn't right. I think I've got it. I've set the navigation system to the... Here you are, Professor. The steering wheel.
Looks like one. Sort of.
Can you help me with this, please? Buckle up, Professor. Hey, whoa!
Whoa!
Professor, better find something to hang on to.
Hey, it's moving! Look, it's breaking the ice! So where are we headed?
To Nakotis, or what's left of it. Those dreams you had about that place? They weren't dreams. You were there, millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago? What are you talking about?
The great race of Yith can transfer its mind to the past, present, or future. At some point, they exchanged minds with you. Good heavens. Can you imagine what that must be like? To move freely
I
through...
can imagine what the Nazis would have done if they'd gained that power. And don't forget, that Stahl fella still is among Bowen's gang of kooks. I'm not sure which I hate more, kooks or Nazis. In any case, I don't think anyone should meddle with that knowledge. As I've told you before, there are things we shouldn't... Evangeline, can you hear me? Evangeline? Oh, for heaven's sake, what's happening to you now?
Time and space?
Evangeline found herself in an unfamiliar place.
Oh, come on. Now...
The difference was that this place didn't look like a Nakota. It just looked like the future.
Why am I connected to this machine? This isn't my body. Where am I?
Evie jolted in shock. If she was in this body... Evie didn't know whether to cry for help or stay silent. But what...
Oh no. That's Caleb Bowen!
So Bowen had gotten his way after all. How else could he be leading a top-secret research project for the government? And then Evie thought of something worse. What if Dr. West was none other than Caleb Bowen himself?
Some things never change. Even in the future, folks keep goofing off at work. 2006? Am I in the future? But how did I get here?
Despite...
What kind of machine is this? Okay, let's try again. Yes, I did it! That mind-swapping device seems to be powered on again. I hope this works.
Professor Everhart, listen carefully to what I have to tell you, please.
Evangeline.
I am not Evangeline. You won't like what I'm about to say. A greater plan is unfolding, and you must fulfill it to guarantee the survival of...
I'm sorry, but I'm not the best at following...
Get along with quacks like me?
Who the hell is this Dr. West? And
listen to me, please. You will reach the ruins of Nicotis, and you will find Caleb Bowen.
That is certainly a relief.
I'm not finished.
What?
I am. Evangeline has to sacrifice her.
No chance, Harry thought. But...
Forget it.
Then you'll be condemning us all to oblivion, causing Bowen's triumph and the collapse of the space-time continuum. There's no more time. But remember what I said.
Harry considered answering, but found nothing to say.
I know you will do the right thing, Professor. After all, we've been through this before.
Work, damn it! I made it! Professor!
Evangeline?
Yes, it's me! I'm back!
What happened?
I was in the... Someone pushed me out of my own body.
Harry hesitated before...
Dr. West took over your body.
What?
For a brief instant, Harry thought of telling Evie about the set that would only trouble her. And after all, Harry had or had
He said we're going to stop Bowen.
Really? Let's take that with a grain of salt for... I don't know if this Dr. West can be trusted.
Was that true? If it was, that changed...
Evangeline.
Professor, look! The ship's slowing down! We're descending! This looks like...
The Pacific Ocean.
Nicotis is somewhere in the Pacific?
Looks like it.
Hold on, Professor. I think we're about to land.
Sand. This must be the Great Sandy Desert.
So we're in Australia. We crossed half the world in, what, half an hour at most?
For all his fascination with Yithian tech, Harry didn't answer. He was still debating whether to tell Evie what he'd discussed with Dr. West.
We are.
Wow. Look, Professor. A camp.
Looks abandoned.
I'll stay here, Professor. Let me know if you find anything.
Well, well, look at that.
Ever since he got some black ooze on him back at Harry's house, Eugene Kingsley's health had collapsed, and he died not long after reaching Australia.
Symbols. Interesting. There are some carved symbols. That really looks like Nakal architecture. These symbols must mean something. Well, looks like that did something. How can these lenses still be so perfectly polished after millions of years?
Yithian technology never ceased to fascinate Harry.
The Yithian use technology based on mirrors and light, but this is the first time I've seen a system this complex.
The spheres are moving. Look, Evangeline. I can rotate the shapes using these controls. I think I've got it. Sort of.
It wasn't the first time Harry had stepped onto a stone platform lifted by black ooze, and it still unsettled him.
Another one of those moving patterns.
Good lord, this place is crawling with those polar things.
I don't think it saw us. We really must be careful. was tricky. Good. I hope this is the last pattern. Yes, I opened it. The door's opening. Let's move ahead. Any sign of those polyps, Evangeline?
Not that I can see.
There was no sign of them.
Lord, what happened here?
Looks like they ran into those smoke things.
Harry stared at that strange cube that didn't seem to belong to the great race of Yith. What was that? After he solved it, Harry was still puzzled. What did that...
Excuse me, who do you think you are, sir? I'm the narrator of this story.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Wrong game.
There's one of those cultists dead on the ground.
Bowen and Stahl had a last-minute argument over how the mind-swapping machine should be used. It didn't end well, especially for Stahl, whose dream of a...
More of those footprints. What is... Look at this architecture. Does it look familiar to you?
Professor, this looks like the archives. The great library from my memories, but back then it was full of life. This place is in ruins.
Makes sense, Evangeline. Millions of years have passed since you were here. This is breathtaking.
If this is the place where I was millions of years ago, the mind-swapping device must be at the top of that basalt tower.
What is this thing? Looks like a ray of light. Whoa! Whoa! The polyps are gathering over there.
What's going on? What are they trying to do?
I don't know what drives those creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
Professor, do you hear some kind of chanting?
Yes, and I believe I recognize the one chanting. I don't like this. Bowen, stop right there!
Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nalathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense out loud.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Do not come any closer. I'm warning you.
Of course, things change when cultists are armed.
Listen to me, Bowen. I know the great race of Yith. They've spoken to me, and you know it. Look around you. Those black polyps wiped out your entire cult. And you're next. You have nothing to gain, do you hear me?
I've convinced him, Evie thought. I actually convinced that stubborn old fool. I can't believe it.
You think you're gonna stop?
Ugh, figures. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had... Harry remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. But he didn't give a rat's ass what Dr. West had to say. Harry wasn't going to let Frank Drayton's daughter meet the same fate as her father. There had to be another way.
Professor? Professor!
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry. For everything.
Harry!
And as she screamed, Evie watched the stubborn old grouchy archaeology professor sacrifice his life to save hers and all of humanity. Harry found himself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance he feared most. He knew this was his death sentence, but at least he was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Are you out of your mind, Everhart? Haven't you seen what that liquid does to humans?
I know it better than you do, you kook.
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. No, no, no! Oh no, oh no. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nakotas, my husband, Harry Everhart, was consumed by the black ooze. Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Harry thought that he had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, he thought. He was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised him. One he recognized instantly. My voice. Harry?
Nora?
I'm so glad to see you, my dear old pal.
Nora? Nora! Am I dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming.
Then I'm dead, right?
No, you're not dead either.
I don't understand, Nora. Everything is so confusing.
Easy, Harry. We've got plenty of time. Ask whatever you need to ask.
Where am I?
This, Harry, is the Ichor, a place beyond time and space. And now you're connected.
Connected to whom? To you?
To the Elder God. Both of us are.
What? Or who is this Elder God?
It's hard to provide a simple answer to such a complicated question, Harry. The Elder God has gone by many names throughout the ages. Amaterasu, Serens, Kor Yithar, Kailamanu. His judgment is inscrutable, at times even incomprehensible. And in some way, those of us who are part of him are connected, beyond time and space. I don't know, Harry. Maybe the Elder God is simply God.
What does the Elder God want?
To offer you its gratitude. It's what I've been trying to tell you ever since you and I parted ways.
Shadows. That was you?
Exactly. But it isn't easy to communicate with someone outside the Ichor. And I'll admit, an oily shadow probably wasn't the sight you were hoping for.
And why is the Elder God grateful to me?
The Yithians sustained their energy by channeling the Black Ichor. The Ichor is the essence of the Elder God. That process caused him immense pain and suffering, but you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
Nora, I haven't done anything beyond stopping that kook Bowen.
Ah, but you will. And at the same time, you've already done it.
Nora, I don't think I follow.
Harry, it takes a while to understand what beyond time and space means. But you will, my love. Believe me.
How is it possible that I didn't die? I'm covered in that black ooze.
The blood of the Elder God does not harm those who are connected to him. That's why it didn't harm me on the island. That's why you sent me there, remember? To be who I really was? Now he can't and won't hurt you either. Because connected to him is someone who loves you and protects you. And that's me, Harry.
Who is, or was, Dr. West? Is it you?
No, Harry. I'm just a humble art teacher from Newburyport. Don't worry. Dr. West will be waiting for you when you wake up.
That means I can't stay here with you, can I?
Harry, you're already here with me, my love. We've been together for all eternity.
What?
But you need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you, an important task you have to carry out, and people who depend on you. Evie will need your help, and you'll only be able to help her if you live a whole life. Will you promise me that?
Yes, I promise.
And one more thing. Tell Evie Papa is waiting for her at the Benoit house with the whole family. She'll know what it means.
I'll tell her.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, old pal. For now.
I love you so much, Nora. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Don't be sad, Harry. It's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you too, Harry.
Harry, can you hear me?
Oh no.
You did it, Professor. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Evangeline. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. She is also connected to the Ichor, Professor Everhart.
Harry couldn't believe his eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen? No. What is he doing here?
No, Professor, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Harry understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Harry, we've never talked about it, but when the moment comes and I make the mind transfer, don't you think it would be easier if...
If you explain to my 1957 self who you are and what's going to happen in the future?
Yes.
What if something goes wrong with the loop because of that change? Wouldn't it break the space-time continuum?
Well, I'm not sure. I just wanted to spare you that unnecessary distress and...
I'll handle it, Evie. You know it. It's already happened. Better not to take any risks.
I guess you're right, Harry. And as you say, if we're still here, it's because it already happened.
Harry Everhart died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Moments after dying, Harry opened his eyes.
What happened? Where am I? I'm in Englewood. I'm young again.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Nora!
Heavens, you're certainly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. Maybe I should not let you sleep in so much.
Nora, your hands are...
What? What's wrong with my hands? I promise I washed them before making breakfast.
But what about your illness?
What illness? What are you talking about? I'm healthy as a horse. Hey, don't get used to me bringing you breakfast, okay? I'll be out on the porch. We've got a long day ahead of us. And all the time in the world, old pal.